The only hope for this country is God.
On the grounds of the Virginia State House, Franklin Graham led thousands of people in a time of Bible reading and prayer.
As God brings to your thought, to your mind, the sins that this nation has committed, let's confess these sins out loud to God, right here on the steps of your Capitol.
It was also a time to rally voters.
I want the church to wake up. The church has to vote. America needs to hear the voice of God's people.
Graham says this is the most important election in his life, and he told the crowd the election is all about the Supreme Court.
And during the next 4 years, there could be 2, 3, possibly up to 5 justices could be appointed. That's huge, and it'll change the direction of our country. If the wrong justices, progressive justices, are appointed, it's finished for this nation.
CBN News caught up with Graham on a Decision America tour bus. He said he does not want to tell people how to vote, but he does want them to head to the polls.
If we sit at home, 20 to 30 million sit at home, our country is finished. But if the church will wake up, and if the church will vote, and again, you're not voting for a person's personality. We're voting about putting a person in the White House that will appoint the right justices. And that's what this election is about.
That message struck a chord with those at the rally.
I know the two candidates aren't the best choices on either side, but regardless, you have an obligation as an American to vote and be prayerful about it. And don't just think about the personalities, but think about what's at stake. The Supreme Court is at stake here. Our way of life, in a matter of speaking, is at stake. So prayerfully decide and vote.
Mark Martin, CBN News, Richmond, Virginia.
Donald Trump says it is no coincidence vicious claims against him came out at exactly the same time as WikiLeaks exposing Clinton's corruption. He points directly to media bias, and so does his running mate. Mike Pence spoke one-on-one with CBN about what's at stake in this election.
Let me be clear. I was pleased that Donald Trump this last weekend on several occasions spoke up with humility and apologized for those remarks 11 years ago. But I'm very proud of the fact that he also in that presidential debate refocused on the issues of enormous importance to the American people. Look, Pat, I accepted the opportunity to run for vice president because I think this country's in a lot of trouble. I mean, 7.5 years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's brand of leadership has literally weakened America's place in the world. It's emboldened the enemies of this country around the globe. It's stifled the American economy. And it's set us on a pathway of walking away from some of our most cherished, God-given liberties.